Welcome to this week's Retail Reality Check, a review of the latest tech installs brought to you by IHL Group. Today we are talking about your competitors hired 1,500 new AI agents this week. You hired 0. But before we get straight to the content, join us for our next webinar, The 5G Gap, What Retail Leaders Know That Others Don't. Thursday, June 4th at 11 a.m. ET. You know, only 23% of retailers actually have store-level 5G, yet most run AI, computer vision, and mobile POS on totally outdated infrastructure. Learn how network readiness drives sales growth, profit, and competitive advantage in 2026. Register using the link in the description. All right, let's jump right into the news. Okay, let's dive into this reality check from IHL Group's Greg Buzek. I mean, the robots aren't just coming anymore. They're literally already on the payroll. We've officially crossed this massive threshold that, frankly, a lot of retail strategists completely underestimated. We're way past the point of cute tech demos now. Agentic AI is rapidly shifting from a fun novelty to actual workforce replacement. It doesn't just automate some repetitive little tasks. No, it's actively replacing entire workflow layers, going all the way from product discovery straight through to the purchase and even post-sale support. To really wrap your head around why this matters, you have to look at the data, because it paints a truly staggering picture. Retailers who are actively utilizing AI and machine learning, they're seeing 16% higher sales growth. But get this, they are seeing a massive 134% higher profit growth compared to those who aren't. And what's even more crucial here is that sales leaders are literally 482% more likely to be early technology adopters. This isn't just some tiny incremental win for them. They're completely structurally repositioning their entire businesses. The gap between the early adopters and the laggards is just structurally widening with every single quarter. And to see this structural shift playing out in the real world, just look at Google. They are literally rewriting the protocols of commerce. They just introduced Universal Cart, which is this highly intelligent agentic shopping tool built right on top of Google Wallet. What it does is completely bypass that traditional search and discover funnel we're all so used to. It tracks price drops, it actually flags product incompatibilities, and it manages your purchases securely using this entirely new agent payments protocol. Google is essentially building the ultimate transaction layer to directly connect consumer intent to the actual purchase across any retailer in their ecosystem. It's wild. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what happens when these AI agents start to mature. Case in point, Amazon just completely retired its standalone generative AI chatbot, the Rufus app. You might be wondering, well, why? It's simply because integrated agents vastly outperform completely separate standalone tools. So Amazon took all of that amazing generative AI functionality and just folded it directly into Alexa for shopping. This creates a deeply personalized assistant that can schedule routines, track your prices, and even automatically check out items for you, whether you're swiping on your phone or talking to your Echo Show in the kitchen. They just fundamentally redefined conversational commerce at a truly massive scale. But hey, it's not just the big tech giants making these massive leaps, right? Virgin Voyages is such a perfect example of this. They didn't just run some tiny little pilot test. No, they completely scaled their AI workforce from 50 agents to over 1,500 highly specialized AI agents in just 4 months. Think about that timeline. 4 months. Each of these agents is designed for a very specific function, handling everything from launching marketing campaigns and answering booking queries to managing totally crucial onboard operations. And they built this whole digital workforce running on Google Cloud's Gemini Enterprise. And the productivity gains they got from this digital workforce are just completely insane. We're talking about a 60% reduction in content production time. This literal army of AI agents doubled their marketing campaign output, and it cut the time it takes to go from a data insight to actually taking action by 75%. And yeah, the results speak for themselves. It ultimately helped drive absolutely record-breaking sales for them in January and February. This is exactly what an organizational restructuring powered by AI actually looks like in practice. So if you want to achieve that kind of crazy speed, you really have to fundamentally change how you deploy your tech. Take Walmart's strategy, for instance. Those traditional, clunky, monolithic AI systems and those massive, slow quarterly planning cycles, yeah, they're completely dead. David Glick, their SVP of Enterprise Business Services, totally hit the nail on the head. He points out that when AI tools compress your development cycles from quarters down to just weeks or even literally hours, your iteration speed is what dictates your competitive position, because the cost of being wrong drops dramatically when you can just pivot and fix it in an afternoon. So how exactly is Walmart pulling this off? Well, they're shifting entirely away from monolithic systems and moving towards what they call federated nano agents. It's kind of like a giant puzzle. Think of it this way.
Instead of using a really clunky Swiss Army knife that tries to do absolutely everything but does it all poorly, you really just want a dedicated fork and knife. So Walmart is building these networks of tiny single-purpose AI tools that are owned by very specific domain teams, and then they're all connected by intelligent routing layers. It totally clears out bottlenecks, it provides crystal clear ownership, and it lets them scale their AI without their tech stack suddenly grinding to a complete halt.
And when you start building your customer relationship around an active agent instead of just a one-off transaction, absolute magic happens. David's Bridal totally proved this by adding Agentic AI budgeting tools right into their Pearl Planner. This tool is so cool. It automatically rebalances a couple's entire wedding budget in real time just based on natural language inputs. So, say you accidentally overspend on the venue, right? The agent instantly recalculates everything and adjusts your catering or your decor budgets on the fly. They're basically taking a super stressful math problem and turning it into this beautifully personalized 24/7 guided relationship. Let's move to and see how this builds our retail tech lightning round. We've got some rapid-fire updates from all across the industry to get through, so definitely keep up because the pace of implementation out there is just absolutely relentless right now. Starting over in supply and forecasting, Portugal's MC is partnering up with Blue Yonder. They're dropping AI straight into their demand forecasting to slash inventory value and cut down on waste. Meanwhile, up in Northern England, the grocer Booths is expanding their Relax AI tools to manage all their fresh food markdowns and expiry dates, which vastly reduces the manual grunt work in the store. Oh, and over in Norway, the electrical wholesaler Bergard Amundsen is using AI diagnostics, also from Relax, to instantly spot stockouts before they ever even impact their contractors. Moving into store ops and security, Chuck E. Cheese is actually fighting point-of-sale fraud by installing these AI-powered cameras that flag any suspicious cash register activity in real time. Very smart. Abercrombie Fitch is leveling up too, using Convar's cyber risk platform to actually quantify ransomware threats and smartly guide their board-level security investments. And over at Lowe's, their brand new AI Materialist tool is literally taking handwritten notes and photos from pro contractors and instantly converting them into quote-ready orders. Talk about saving a massive amount of manual entry. Over in the omnichannel and e-commerce space, Ace Hardware is really stepping up its game by joining Instacart to offer one-hour delivery from thousands of their stores. The convenience chain Double Quick just launched a fully branded first-party digital storefront through Lula Direct for super seamless online ordering. And in a really huge move for social commerce, Debenhams Group is actively piloting an AI-driven checkout right inside Meta platforms, so places like Instagram and Facebook. It allows U.S. shoppers to buy what they want without ever actually leaving the app. And finally, wrapping up the lightning round with some really cool customer experience expansions. Bojangles is launching a brand new charge and dine concept, installing their very first EV charging station down in Savannah. GPM Investments is also rolling out high-performance EV chargers across its whole convenience store network with ReadyE. And hey, speaking of Bojangles, they, along with other big chains like McAlister's Deli and Cracker Barrel, are seeing some massive revenue growth right now by leveraging tech platforms like EasyCater and Olo to completely scale up their B2B workplace catering. So the crucial point is this. The sheer volume and the insane speed of these deployments, from smart carts all the way to automated markdowns, it proves that the entire landscape is fundamentally shifting beneath our feet. The question you really need to ask yourself and your leadership team today is not whether AI works. We know it works. The real question is, are your competitors out hiring you in AI agents right now? And honestly, is your infrastructure fast enough to catch up? This massive shift demands immediate action, and you really don't want to navigate it blindly. So go check out the full narrative and over 40 real-world case studies at www.ilhservices.com. Dive into the data, see exactly how the leaders are winning right now, and start building your own digital workforce today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and we will definitely see you next time.